Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome to episode 12 of our Snooker 19 Pro career with Neil Robertson. Today we take part in the first round of the Evergrande China Championship, a ranking event, best of 5 frames against Zhao Xintong, who nearly famously beat Mark Selby in the first round of the World Championships earlier on this week. He was 5-1 up, managed to only succumb to defeat by 10-7, and we all know that feeling round here with his career mode. We have been ahead plenty of times by 2-0 and then lost 3-2. I know it's not exactly the same, but we know that losing feeling. So hopefully we can beat Zhao Xintong again today. I mean, I'll be completely honest with you folks, and be completely frank about this. I haven't played my best snooker in the last few matches. I just think our confidence was knocked perhaps a little bit lighter by that Kyron Wilson defeat in the Portland Classic, and then knocked even more by that Sean Murphy defeat, particularly considering we were 2-0 up against him in the first round of the Shanghai Masters. But nevertheless, hopefully that'll give us a kick up the backside to do well in this Evergrande China Championship. But it's no good talking about it for too long. Let's just get into it and see if we can win this match. Now, again, much like a lot of our matches so far, I think it's probably the Indian Open qualifier, perhaps, that is the best of 5 frames. The best of 3 frames, the Indian Open qualifier was, I believe. But apart from that, we are very used to this best of 5 approach now. So, you know, that's no excuse. And I've said in the last few videos, and in the last 2 videos, it's been a bit of a weird one, because in all the videos leading up to episode 10, we did take the first frame, I'm pretty sure, in every single episode. Whereas in the last 2 episodes, we've only lost the first frame, which has probably dented our confidence a little bit. We did come back in the Scott Donaldson game to win 3-1, but it was too much, and we lost in our last game against Yan Bingtao 3 frames to 1. So hopefully we can win the first frame here again. Another new arena for the Evergrande Championship, and it is the best of 5 here. So breaking off, it seems to be us breaking off in the first frame. So if this does get down to the side, well, we will be breaking, of course, 3 times out of the 5. Not really a change in advantage or disadvantage, I don't particularly think. We've had really even splits of getting the break and winning frames. It's not really the case of if you have the break, you win the frame. Certainly not for us, but that is a very good pot off the start from Zhao Xintong. Very good from him, and he'll take the black here, and he might be off to a good start. A player who, by some, I was looking earlier at some of his stats, apparently has been touted by some as the next Ronnie O'Sullivan at the age of, I believe, 22. I think he's in the 50s in his rankings, if that's right, but again, qualified for the World Championships, so he can't be that bad, you know. Got through a number of rounds in qualifying, and as I said earlier, nearly beat Satnav Selby. So he has got a few balls on the board, the black and the red. Just gonna have to look if this red goes on the edge, which I think he's played. Now, does it go past that pink? I don't think it does. Or does it? It's tight, and it might well do. Looking from that angle, I think it does. But is it worth the risk? I wouldn't say so. Again, you know, he's took the early lead in the frame, and sometimes it's just not worth it. So we'll play the safety shot off this red. Again, it gives us a good opportunity to hit this fin, but we need to hit it with some decent pace in the end of the day, because we have got to come off 2 cushions. Usually when we play these safety shots, we've only got to come off the 1, but we've got to come off 2 cushions, and that's back up to bulk. Probably maybe a little bit harder than we would have wanted, but in fact, that's pretty much perfect. Again, that red is left out a bit, but Zhao would have to take on a tricky pot there, and might well take on the safety. Yep, he has took on the safety. Am I going to be able... Yeah, I can turn this commentary up a little bit, but that, very nearly in the corner pocket, but he gets away with that there. But we've been seeming to have a bit more of a safety battle against players recently, which is nice to see. That goes through fine. Reluctant to play it on that this side, because if you play it this side, you can never really get it that thin. So this side's going to be the one we go for. Now, knowing that it was 39% and it was, you know, more than safe last time, probably hit it at maybe 35. Well, it's gone 31 in the end, but it shouldn't matter too much. The red's very much in a cluster, so there's not going to be one that stands out to him. But if it would have been at 35% like we had set it up to be, then it would have been perfectly safe. But that blue does trap the cue ball almost with the ones on the right-hand side as you look at it on the tail. But he's played a decent safety there. There might be a red that's hanging out here, and there certainly is. So we are going to go for this pot and hit it quite hard. Make sure it's there. Again, we've struggled a little bit with these pots in previous episodes, but it's there, and that's our first pot. We broke a few reds in the process, and that might not be badly on the pink. Let's have a look at what our options are here. Yeah, the pink might be decent, actually. It's a risky one, though. I ideally want to get on this red that's a fair amount away from the cushion. So I want to maybe hit it with some top just to get it off the cushion and back again. But I think this pick should be fine. It's a risky shot. But we're under pressure to make a big break, so no, that's too much. That's way too much. Disappointed because we did get the pink. But, oh well. Again, that red doesn't go, and none of these reds seem to go unless we play a very fine cut on this red. So, again, it's going to be a safety, really. Hopefully, we can try and maybe get this behind the black. Again, apologies if you can hear the wind outside. It is a very windy day. Yeah, we just need to hit this fairly soft and get it behind the black. Yeah, I've probably picked the worst day to record this, to be honest. It is very windy out there. Just about hitting the red and not really powerful enough to get it behind the black, but still learning about those sort of shots. Again, it wasn't too bad. He will get this into the middle or the top of the table, I would guess, but no, he's missed it. Well, could that be a big opportunity that he's missed? I mean, luckily, he does get away with that on that red because the yellow blocks it off, but we have got a good opportunity here to get into the pack if we do put this into the middle, and it looks pretty good to me. Just want to reassess just because these middle pockets are very narrow. But it does give us a very good opportunity to go into the pack. We're going to play it. We're going to go with our instinct. Let's have a look how it goes. Oh, it's missed. Way too hard. Yeah, I went with my instinct there, and it just seems not to be very good, that instinct, at the moment. As I said, it did open up the pack. That's the risk you play. You know, the risk you have when you play with power rather than precision. But that was poor, and again, puts more pressure on us. And we're certainly not playing our best snooker at the moment. It did take a few episodes to get into it, but sort of by episode 4 we were winning frames consistently and not making many mistakes. But at the moment we can't seem to catch a break, if you pardon the pun there. But we just can't seem to catch a break, and that shot probably was too hard, really. We should have just focused on that shot rather than the next shot, because, as I always say, I know position's great to make, but it's always important to focus on the shot you're playing. And, you know, deal with the circumstance when you get to that next shot, because sometimes you can just get position, and it's fortunate. But he's off to a decent break here. Again, it's certainly not frame winning at the moment. He's got a bit of a tricky angle on this red. I'm sure he'll make it, but it's not the easiest. Yep, it's there, right in the middle of the pocket. Pink and black out of commission, but he'll take the blue here, I would guess. Well, he's... Ooh, how's that gone in? I thought that was going way wide there, but... Bit of a fine cut on this red, but it should be fine for him. Needed to make a mistake, though, of course, now for us to get back into this frame, and at the moment, he just looks fluent. So, you know, there's not much we can do. We just need to cut out the mistakes, because what I have noticed is that unless you are playing someone who's sort of sub 100 in the rankings, they will, you know, maybe even clear the table sometimes. Again, he hasn't there. He's missed that red, but doesn't leave us anything that's easy, and of course, why would he? I think that red's probably our best opportunity. I don't particularly like playing these shots, but if we get it in, it's a good reward for position on the black or the pink. And we've not potted it. Well, would you Adam and Eve it? Maybe he gives us an opportunity, and we don't take it. And I think he will take this now, unless it's too soft. No, it's going to be there. It's fine. Yeah. And again, these players don't need more than one opportunity, and he's potted the black. And as I said, we've gone through a good run now of losing the first frame, and that's not really what I want to do. You know, you want that security. I think unless till you get the first frame on the board, you don't really have any security. But ultimately, if we go out here, which I don't want to talk about just yet, but if we were to go out here, the critics would start talking about, oh, this could be a bad season for Robbo. But the long red really is our only opportunity here. Still a little bit of room left on the table in terms of not going for maximum colours, so that's okay. But providing our luck so far, this won't go. But it has, that's a good pot. Brown out of commission, so's the blue really. Just having a look, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reds on the table, so yeah, still plenty to play with. You know, no fear of losing any points necessarily and being out of this game, so that's fine. So we might as well go for the yellow again. It's a straight pot. Doesn't hurt anyone. And we could have been done with being straight on that red into the middle, but I think positionally it wouldn't be bad to play it into the bottom pocket. So it's a little bit of a tight one, but I'm fairly confident.
Just wants to sink this into the left corner pocket.
Looks okay to me, and it's there. These pulls up, we're on the black. I think we just need to focus now, not make any more mistakes. Black's there, and we've got position on the red. If this pulls up, yeah, it does into the middle pocket.
11.
And then screw back into a similar position to get position on the black.
He's going for the right centre pocket here.
That's a good pot. And once again on the black.
12.
And this tactic might work for the remaining two reds down here. Of course, it wouldn't provide anything in terms of winning the frame, but it certainly provides a decent way back in.
Loose shot.
Now,
19.
this red will go. But no real opportunity to play any screw back here, so it's going to have to be soft. It's a tricky one.
He's got to be careful not to underhit this.
The red's there. And what's position like? Not too bad. Can we get anything on the pink? Ooh. That pink, I don't want to risk it. Is there anything else there? Again, it's going to have to be yellow. But sometimes you just have to play those shots. Again, it was a decent pot, and we didn't do too badly. And sometimes it's just not your fault that you run out of position, so can't beat myself up too much. We've got the pot, that's all that matters. Didn't really want that kiss on the blue, but I'm fairly confident with my long potting. That red near the cushion nearest the blue is going to be a problem, but this one should be fine.
Tricky shot here.
You probably need it a little bit harder, and we're going to get some screw back on. No, just get some top on it and just see what happens. Good pot. Now, if that pulls up, again, would have probably better been more up the table there towards the black. Provides a tight pot there. Now, there's 25 left on the table. Sorry, 25 he's ahead. I don't know what I was going on about there. He's 25 ahead. This blue would put us 20 behind with 35 left on the table. It's all about whether we pot this blue or not, and it's there. As long as we haven't snookered ourselves here, we should be okay.
28.
No, we haven't, that's fine. Now, this is a bit tricky, isn't it? I did want to play it to this part of the red. Just play a good... Ooh. Yeah. Gonna be a tricky safety. I don't know, I think we've got that wrong. Ooh, well. He can get this red. I thought as soon as we hit it, we got it wrong. And he's gonna pop this now. I mean, oh, that was silly. Silly, silly, silly.
Half a chance here.
I don't know why I played it, because as soon as I played it, I thought this was a silly shot. Ah, well. Can't do much about it. That's the frame for Zhao Xingtong now. Well, not necessarily, because he is 28 ahead, 27 left on the table. He's missed the yellow. We might as well go for the pot here. No heroics just yet. And we probably just snookered ourselves. Might well have done.
2.
No, we're okay. Again, I know we need to get a snooker at some point, but my snookering skills are rubbish. So we might as well get to a points total that's close enough to him. Where's the cue ball? Where's the cue ball? Oh, well, we're just about okay.
5.
Again, this needs to be thin, but just up and down the table. I don't know what else I can play here.
Careful with the pace of this shot.
Sometimes just get a bit lucky. That pulls up. We haven't got the snooker, but it certainly leaves a long pot. I mean, he'll get this, but as I've said before, my snookering skills and that aren't the best, so to come from that position was going to be tough. He's potted the brown. It's something that we've known for the last few minutes. We knew he'd get this frame. He's going to pot the blue, pink and black, and that's the frame. And, you know, it was previous mistakes that made sure that we didn't win the frame. And we made a few mistakes, but ultimately, Zhao Xingtong was on top for most of the frame. And now we've got to get back into this.
So, a one-frame advantage. He'll be looking to build more.
And to go out in the first round here would be disastrous, and I don't blame you guys asking questions if we go out in the first round, but just seems we're not really playing with much momentum at the moment, which is a problem.
To break.
Right, he's made the break. And it's not the best, to be honest. But luckily, he's not left anything on. Very lucky there.
Pace is very important here, and he doesn't want to underhit this.
Just trying to hit this red, because I don't want to interrupt with anything else. Might be a little bit hard, but... Again, there's nothing on, so it's okay. Unless he can see something on, but... Because those two reds are tight together and the pack's quite close together, even though there are a lot of reds that are, you know, sort of broken away a little bit from the pack. Again, there's nothing on. Now that red, no, it doesn't go, so that's okay. Doesn't leave us tempted. It's a little bit tricky, isn't it? Blimey. Again, once again, apologies for the wind. If you can hear that, it's a pretty nasty day.
He's playing the safety and aiming to get the cue ball tight against the cushion.
Oh, where's the cue ball? Oh, didn't really need that kiss off the jaw there, and this might be headed towards the pocket, but it's okay actually. We got away with that in the end. Just have to win these safety battles, and it makes things easy. But we've left a long pot on here. He's missed it by quite a way. Don't know whether he was going for that or whether he wanted to just push us into the deck and see how we got on with that, but. See if we can play a tight shot here again. If not, it goes up the table. Oh, hey up. That's a good pot. And we're off to a start. Now let's capitalise. Don't want to really cue off this cushion. It's not the best. But sometimes you have to get on with it, don't you? Nothing too hard. Give the ball every chance of going in. Of course, you have to play a fair bit of top just to get it off the cushion.
Looking at potting this into the right corner pocket.
That looks pretty good to me. And there we go. That's in.
Beautiful.
Wonderful shot.
Nothing brilliant on here.
7.
Although, luckily, we've been left with this red. Blimey, the wind really harrowing out there. And that's another good red. Ooh. Are we back on the pink?
8.
Let's have a look. Don't think we are. We might be. Let's have a look. No, I don't think we are, because that red just sticks out a little bit, and I wouldn't want to risk it.
Looks like he's going for the
Particularly because we have just got back on the table, and aren't looking too bad here. Let's play a bit of top. Again, get it back down the table.
He's aiming to sink this
And see how we look after this. But again, it's another 4 points. I'll take that. And if this pulls up, go on, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up now. It's, actually, it's not too bad. We've got position on a red.
11.
Right, let's focus on the pot first. Pot's there, fine. Get the top, and then we can hit this into the pack of reds.
I think he's playing this with a lot of power.
There we go, that's hit into the pack of reds.
Well,
Position's not going to be fantastic here. But we might have an angle on this black into the middle. Certainly not the easiest, but again, we'll deal with it the best we can. But if we do miss this, Xiao's got a good chance now we've opened up the reds. Soft as possible, really. Very tricky to tell if that's going to go in. And it's there. What a pot. And if we were a little bit straight on that red, it would have been easy.
Ideal position.
Well, this one's going to have to be one to the middle. You might say, oh, just go for that pot, but I don't fancy those. This is a tricky one. Again, do we get the luck of having 2 in a row into the middle? We absolutely do.
What a tremendous pot.
And this could be a break that we need here. A little bit of luck.
20.
I know that pink will go now. Ooh. Yeah, it's not an easy one, is it? Certainly not.
Well, he's looking at
Yeah, the pink will definitely go. I'm just checking that. Oh, whether we've got the angles right, though, and that looks pretty good to me.
Down it goes.
Bang on. Good stuff.
Quality cueing there.
Now we're starting to play a little bit better here. Don't want to jinx myself and ruin it, but yeah, we're not playing badly. That's another red. Position not great there.
Disappointed with that.
And unfortunately, I don't think this time we can get the angle on that red, the black into the middle pocket. I might be wrong. See what, if there's anything else on. I mean, if that red wasn't there, the colour would have been on. This is tricky into the middle. Again, it gives Xiao a chance, but you know, it's one of them really.
He needs to be mindful of not underhitting this shot.
Just complete guesswork here. Doesn't look too bad. Ho ho ho! What a pot! Where's the cue ball? Oof. You know, in some frames you just get a bit of luck. I think this is going to be the one. 34 is the break so far. Ooh, that red will just go, but we might as well play this one. And play it nice and soft and get position on the pink. Now, some frames definitely you just get some luck. Give it a tap. Good stuff. Not brilliantly on the pink, to be fair. We're on the black here, so we could play for that. We like the cushions in this frame, don't we? Blimey. We really do. But this is a good break so far.
Into the left corner pocket.
Oh, where's the black? Oh, I jinxed it. Oh, that's really frustrating.
He'll be disappointed with that.
Well, he's missed the red there. So again, might be a chance for us. But that is really frustrating. Again, we had the chance to clear up there and just didn't play as well as we could have done. Just missed that black, and it's just so fine margins, isn't it? But luckily we're back in again. Zhao obviously didn't really look up for the job. Again, it was an open table, but didn't use that to his advantage. Now we can get to this black. We might as well play it.
Can't see any problems here.
The black's there. Where's the cue ball? Where's the cue ball? It's going to roll up. I think it's going to pull up. It's fine. Whew.
8.
Right. Not really many options here. Unfortunately. That will go just about. We're very lucky there. I think. Looks good to me. Position's going to be prohibited by this, but it's there. Oh, we didn't do too badly out of that. Now, so whether we play into the top pocket here. Does the green go past that red? It will, yeah, definitely. It's always worth a check. And it's there.
He'll be very happy with the position here.
And luckily, because all the reds are spread out, we don't need to focus too much on position because, you know, it really comes naturally. But we are going to take this red up bulk. Because it's never nice knowing, especially if you're in a little bit of trouble, that there's a red up bulk, and if you play bad safety, for example, that he'd be in. That kiss on the yellow hasn't done us too bad there, to be fair. There's the option of either bulk, of any of the bulk colours, or even perhaps the pink here, and that probably looks like the most likely.
He's looking to pop this into the right corner.
But this would be just the reply we need, wouldn't it? Pull up, pull up, pull up.
Well played.
That's not too bad. No, this would be just the reply we need, really. After a really lacklustre first frame, it would just say, right, we are in this match. And particularly clearing the table here, that would make a big statement. But we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, you know. We're not playing the best snooker. It's ball by ball, really, we need to focus on. And the black's there. It's a good pot.
You wanted more control there.
It's fine, we wanted more control, but we can deal with it. But there's not really much on here. That's when we could have argued that, well, we could have done with that red up bulk. But the frame's pretty much over, so that gives us some happiness there. Just gonna play this red. See how it goes. Oh, kiss on the pink. Go on, keep going, keep going, keep going. Ho, ho, ho. Oh dear. You know, I just fancied that shot. Sometimes you just think, yeah, go for it. And I thought this is going to be nowhere near the double. I'm going to look like an idiot. But what a double it was. And the black's there. And that is the frame. That's fantastic, that was. You just need some luck sometimes and you get it. And, you know, you take the highs, you take the lows, definitely. And that was a good high.
You'll have to be very careful with the pace here.
Going to try and cut this red in. Again, it's not gone, but there's only 4 reds on the table, so what's that? 28 points. Yeah, 28 points. 59. So he's going to concede that. Again, needed 2 snookers at least. But no, what a good way to get back into that. And if we can repeat 2 frames of that nature, we win the game. But there was definitely some luck involved there. I'm happy to admit that.
Thank you. The third frame. Neil Robertson to break.
But the break-off's good. That's one skill we are good at. Yep, keep it nice to the bottom cushion. Certainly in bulk. I just can't believe that cheeky double we had on the red. I didn't plan for that. He just kissed the pink perfectly. And to be fair, you could argue it was maybe played with a lack of pace because that was lucky to get to the pocket. But we'll take it. But what's on here? There's a red. Ooh, I thought there was. I thought that red was on. Let's have a look though. There's a possible plant. I don't fancy a plant today, so. Problem is, might be the only shot we can play. That red pretty much guards the pocket, doesn't it? Yeah. I'm going to try a plant. Again, I'm rubbish at them, but sometimes it's perhaps some just luck sometimes than anything else.
This. Pace is key.
No, nowhere near. Well, I did get one of these in a previous episode, but not on that occasion. But no. There is that red into the middle pocket, which is the exact one he's going to take.
He's looking at the pot into the left.
But what else could we have played there? If we'd have played a safety, we'd have had to hit it quite thick into the reds. Again, that would have opened up the pack a little bit. And sometimes it's just about damage limitation more than anything. Going for a shot, you can't really provide much safety. And just hope the other player will muck it up. Could do with this long blue. It looks half decent. All depends on the contact with the cushion. Well. Oh! I thought he's missed this. Jolly good, but no, it went in. Force of gravity took over in the end. And Zhao could get this frame quite easily, I can see it. He's got to open up the pack, but there's a few loose reds that will go at the moment. Ooh. Didn't really anticipate that red very well, did he? Because of the black. So that's let us in here. Then perhaps a bit of an opportunity.
This is no gimme.
Certainly isn't. Hopefully we can get it. Yeah, it's there. Good pot. If that pulls up, that's really well on the black. Of course, we won't be able to get to anything else at this point, so I'm glad that black provides a decent position, but it's not a gimme. Again, copying their line. I don't like this pot particularly, and it's way off. Deary me. Those shots, I'm prepared to say I'm rubbish at them. But it was the only opportunity, and, well, again, these players don't need a second invitation. Safety players definitely won't let me down. Definitely. My potting game's not too bad. As proved there by a decent second frame. But for the quality of snooker that we're looking to play and the quality and the calibre that Neil Robertson should be at, it's not really good enough. But Zhao has missed that pot. So again, lets us in again. But once again, there's nothing easy on here. It's this tight red that might go. But once again, it's got to play with kid. It's got to be played with kid gloves almost because positionally. Oh, Christ Almighty! That was way off. Momentum is just massive in this game. I think it really is. It's massive. And, well, he's missed that pink. He's not playing well this frame. I mean, that makes both of us. But, no, he's given us plenty of opportunities that, in other frames we wouldn't get. But we'll certainly take them. We'd love to be 2-1 up here. I would hate to force it if we were going to win anyway to get to a deciding frame again. Because the amount of deciding frames that we've been on the right side of, let's put it this way, they haven't gone exactly in our favour. Tricky pink here.
He won't be happy with
and it's not there. Miss after miss after miss this frame.
Neil Robertson, 1.
I mean, 2 reds are all we've potted. Zhao's not been the best pot. I mean, I've just talked about it, haven't I? Saying, my potting game's decent, but this frame, it's been abysmal. Is he trying to play the double or the safety? He's gone for the double, I think, here. Well, a bit of a shot to nothing, I suppose, rather than anything. But, no, it's not too bad. Again, that green doesn't quite snooker us in the end. Luckily, we can get out of that. But something thin here, and hopefully up and down the table. That needs to pull up. It's way too hard. It's way too hard. Well, the problem is we've given him options now, arguably 3 of them. The red on the cushion, the one he's going for, the one that was
What a tremendous pot.
he could have gone for was obstructed by the pink, but he's got that pot, and this is his frame now.
1. 7.
You know, it's frustrating to watch. Players will punish you though, they're not stupid.
8.
You know, it's a real challenge, and it was something that I thought, yeah, we're playing decently, and our snooker had started to come on, but I don't know what's happened. Lack of confidence, really can't explain it. But ever since that Wilson loss, we've just not played our best. I mean, he's missed another green. This is quite remarkable, this frame, at how many we're both missing. But he's not left anything easy on here. There's red on the cushion, but our position play's not been great this frame.
Along the cushion here.
But it's the only option, and finally, one goes in.
Great pot.
But we sacrifice position with that. I mean, the black, funnily enough, might be available. I'd certainly take the black here.
Easy one, but a half chance.
And it's there. Well, would you Adam and Eve it? That green's out of place doesn't help position brilliantly, but we are still in this frame. Again, a little bit like the first one, we need to concentrate. It's the only way we're going to get into it. I mean, granted, potting is put important, but in these sort of frames, position is equally as important. That's a good pot. Now,
9.
black into the middle. Does the pink go? Yes, it does. Whew. Breathe a sigh of relief, Toby. Because that could have been a lot worse than it is now in terms of position.
Straightforward.
That pink's there, though, and it's possibly too hard. No, there's not a way through for that red on the top cushion, I don't think, now. Although there might be. We might just be able to get there. But if we don't, this could be our last pot of the frame. Or our last shot of the frame, rather. But that's a perfect red. And we're nicely on the black now. The problem is this red on the cushion. But, you know, focus on the pot, first and foremost. Give this a good whack just to get the ball moving around the table.
I think he's lost position here.
Yeah, we have. We have lost position. It would be a very fine cut if we wanted to get this one into the middle. It's just not realistic, is it, really? No. So, in light of that, it's going to be a safety. We're going to try... I mean... You know what? Just play it up to the red. It's a tricky one, but... You know, it avoids any real mistake.
Nicely done.
Yeah, they're happy with that in the crowd, and the commentators are.
Is absolutely critical.
Again, I didn't really fancy snookering him. That's going to touch the brown. Has he snookered us? I knew he would.
That's the result you're after.
I just hate being snookered because I do not know for the life of me how I get out of them. You know, I could get the ruler out and sort of get that angle and... You know, I'm stumped. I'm going to get the controller up to the television. Again, I think that's a roundabout ride to hit the red, but without an aiming aid to help there, you know, without real much experience of real life snooker, I'm quite literally snookered. But I think the close to that pocket we hit it,
Easiest way to get out of this.
the more opportunity we got to hit in the red, and we do just hit the red. Where's this cue ball though? And to be fair, we got pretty lucky with that. Again, he can post up the top.
A chance. It's not easy, but a chance.
It is a chance. He's never going to go into the middle, is he? What on earth was he doing there? That would have been much easier to go into the middle pocket. But alas, he doesn't. And he leaves us a very tricky pot if we want to go into the middle.
Really tough shot. And it hasn't worked out all that well.
Even softer than that, I think.
He's lined
No.
this one up.
Oh, well, it's there. Very, very bizarre shot choice, I would say, there from Zhao. Again, it was never going to go, that wasn't. I thought, you know, we've left this on and it'll go into the top, no problem. But we're going to go for this brown. It looks a little bit dubious, but it's there.
Superb.
Leaves a trickier yellow than I would have wanted into the top pocket. Ideally, would have been straight on it. Almost like the position we had with the... that he had on the red. But let's move this a little bit. Again, it's a tricky one. No, we moved it too much. Can we be safe? Oh, well.
Neil Robertson.
Lucky there.
Looking to play safe here.
Is he playing the double or just playing safe? Yeah, he's going to try and get a snooker, hopefully, for him. But where's this cue ball? Oh, well, he's got away with that because he could have left a pot on. Just going to give this a whack, to be honest. Try and get it up and down the table.
He'll want to get this cue ball close to the cushion.
Or get the pot. Oh, that's gutting. That was close. But that isn't too bad. Or if it had been a little bit harder, we could have snookered him. But the angle's not nice for him there. Would have been really nice if we'd have got that pot. We weren't too far off, certainly. But he's going to try and get the snooker, and you can guarantee he's got it. Oh.
That's what he was going for.
Play any sort of swerve and get there. Now, if we play too much left, obviously we can't get there, but come off the cushion to it, surely.
He needs good control over the pace of the white with this shot.
No, we've hit the blue. Well, he might play on from here.
Well, it was a
Or he
really
might
hard
get us to
shot,
take it
and
again. I wouldn't
worked
blame him
out
for getting us to
thought.
take it again. But he's going to take it on. He's got to make this worthwhile. It's a frame ball and he's missed it. And is he snookered us again? This is unbelievable. There we go. We can just get out of it now. Give it a good whack. Sometimes it works. Oh, dear. Surely we can't get a snooker on him, can we? I don't think we can. I think this yellow will go. It was close.
He'll want fine
Going into the pocket.
control
Oh, we have
over the pace
snookered
of
him.
this shot.
Oh, can he get out of it? Where's the cue ball? Where's the cue ball? It's in the pocket.
Not sure what happened.
He's
there.
gone in off.
Poor shot.
That was poor.
Ball and a miss. Neil Robertson.
Really poor.
He's
Well, we're going to
playing
play
up
on
from
here.
this position.
Again, we made the position on this yellow, so we're damn right going to take it. And this frame has been very interesting.
This really is a great opportunity.
As the commentators have just said, it's a great opportunity for us.
2.
Can't believe we're still in the frame. But this green has got to go. Because we need to play at some pace to get back up the table.
This won't be easy.
Certainly not easy, but the green's there.
What a pass.
Well, we didn't need to hit it that hard. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. Maybe even too hard. Yeah, brown's just about fine. Breathe a sigh of relief. Now, the blue's not on its spot, which isn't ideal.
This looks relatively straightforward.
But the brown's there. Now, if we can get behind the blue, go on, keep going, keep going, keep going. Ooh. Makes it a little bit tricky to cue, but again, it's there. And that'll be good. Right, now. Let's just play this straight. Because technically, wherever we end up now, we should be decently on the
Great opportunity.
pink, I would hope. Again, that's fine. Ooh. Can we steal this third frame? We need both colours. It would go down to the black ball.
This should be relatively simple.
It should be, but it never is in snooker with us. The pink's there, though. And if this keeps going, it will. Come on! Yes! Oh, we've made good position. And this black will win us the frame, ladies and gents.
This pot for the frame.
And it's there. Fantastic.
Goes.
And that
Well, sometimes you need a little bit of luck,
opponent in this frame.
like in potting the cue ball.
27.
But at the end of the day, we cleared up the colours. And that from what could have been total despair. Being 2-1 down, fearing that, oh, you know, Zhao could win this.
To break.
We've cleared up the colours and we have won the frame. And he'll be gutted with that because he potted the cue ball. And if he hadn't potted that cue ball, the frame would have been safe. Now, what's position like on this red? We could take an early red here. The player is a little bit of shot to nothing to get back round. Well, the momentum's really with us. Where's the cue ball? Oh, dearie me. The momentum's really with us now. The crucial thing is, while the momentum is with us,
1.
we also need to make sure that we don't go silly, that we don't get too excited, which is something I've been known to do many times. Now, could this screw back as much as that? It could do. Might as well get a bit of side on it then. Might as well experiment.
Playing this with plenty of power.
Oh, I hate hitting it 100%. It does me head in. Because you can never say to get to it. I don't know why. But there we go. It's there. And that's going to go straight into the pack. And that is not a bad shot. Unfortunately, we've been quite unlucky because we're not really greatly on anything. That's a tight one, isn't it? Ooh, I'd be more inclined to play this one on the cushion, actually. Unless there's something there that I'm missing. No, it's that tight one, which again I'm not particularly loving the look of, but I think it'd be this red.
He's going for it.
Ooh, this could be frame clinching, and it's there. Oh no!
Careless shot there.
Oh well, I focused so much on the pot, we snookered ourselves. But it's a fairly... I mean, even I should be able to get out of this one. That being said, though, it's not easy. Try and hit the black.
This is a tricky safety.
Oh, well, it's just gone way too much. I wasn't expecting it to go that far.
Careless. And a foul.
And we've got out... Well, we got out of it, technically, but we hit the red. And, of course, that's 7 points we've given up because of the black. So he's going to play on from here, and that could be crucial for the frame, but he's missed the red. Well, well, well. I know I was saying my potting isn't fantastic, but his has been rubbish. Particularly in the last, in 2 of the 4 frames today. And that red's there. I think if we can improve our safety play and get out of snookers, which of course, is a factor of safety, we'd be a much better player. Don't really want much top on it. Again, we want to get on that red that's outside the cluster. Got to pop this brown though first, and that's there. I mean, we can play precision pots like that fairly easily, but we can't really do much else now. We could have gone for that red on the cushion, but what's discouraged me a little bit is that this red's here, and that would really inhibit what we could play. So, in line with that, we've potted it. And could this be the winning frame? Could we come from 1-0 down like we did against Scott Donaldson and win? I think it would be with... the last frame, I'll accept, was pretty lucky. But, in this one, if we do play and continue playing well, then it won't be lucky. But we've got rid of the reds again. I like this little backspin. I like whacking with a backspin. It seems to be a good tactic, because the reds are well and truly open now. But we need to use that to our advantage. At the moment, we have got the case that the pink and the black are a little bit out of commission. So we've got to use this wisely. Pink's not on here. Or neither is the green. So it's the yellow, and it's a tighter yellow. So, again, it's not really a shot I really wanted to be playing, but sometimes you need to take these shots on, and it's right in the heart of the pocket. No problem with that one. Now, if this pulls up, we've got good position again.
13.
I mean, I'll be honest, just hear what you guys think in the comments to this. If we do win this, I don't want to count my chickens just yet, but if we do win this, is it a case of luck? Or do you think we've generally played well? But be honest about it. Don't go, don't say we've been lucky even though you think, almost think we have. But this is a really defining pot. It could be a risk playing this one. Hence why I'm going to go for the yellow. I'm going to chicken it out. I don't think we played too badly. And that's good stuff. But again, the frame far from over. One mistake and Zhao could go, thanks very much, I'm straight back in. Need to hit this one quite hard to get it where we want. Again, the black's pretty much out of commission, so... But that kiss on the red might have just opened up the black. It was a bit of more than a kiss, wasn't it? It was a
17.
Full brunt. But unfortunately, the black not quite going, but... We didn't anticipate that it would, but in the future, if we can get rid of a few reds, that's in a nice position now. It's not the most glamorous of break, again, not the highest of breaks, but... As long as we can clear the balls, does it matter? It's... Sometimes, I know it sounds silly, but it should really be sort of how many balls can you clear rather than, the highest breaks. And of course, the highest breaks are nice and flashy.
He's aiming for the left
but,
here.
If you are on the lower colours, as long as you stay on the table, there's not a massive problem with that. Again, it doesn't leave as big a margin for error.
21.
But you know, it's one of them that, as long as you stay on the table, I mean, that black's still not in place. And we could go for the blue, but with the precariousness of this and knowing that we've had so many deciders that haven't gone our way because of silly missed pots like that, I would not be so willing to play that sort of shot. But luckily, the red that was being a bit of a pain in the backside to the blue, and kind of stealing its thunder almost, is going to be out of the way if we can pot it here.
Into the left corner pocket.
But it's not the most glamorous of breaks. 6 reds, 7 reds now. 2 greens, 2 black, 2 yellows. You wish. 2 yellows and a brown. And again, the black is on now, but it's going to be another brown. Again, it probably looks a stupid shot, but again, it keeps us on the table. And sometimes when you're running out of confidence, if you've not got much confidence, and you've probably got more confidence in your positional play when you're coming out of bulk, then I don't think anybody could blame you for that. And that's something we're having to do at the moment. We've not got much confidence. We can get some screw back on this. Maybe we could look at playing the black potentially. But no, we need to hit this a little bit harder. Not really sure where this will end up. So we're just going to experiment a little bit with side here. But the pot's there. That's the most important thing. That's pretty cracking, to be honest. I'll take that. And yeah, we're nicely on the black. So no rubbish bulk colours in this time anyway. But there we go. That's the black. And probably a little bit harder than I wanted it to, but we get some cover potentially in this red. Let's see what it looks like. But no, we can play this red. It's a little bit tighter, but you know, it's a decent look at a pot.
Well, he's taking it on to the left corner.
So it's going to miss. It's going to miss. Oh dear, why don't you just go with what you could have done? That was silly. You know, that red that we were right up behind, we could have took it, but no, we wanted to go with something that looked at the time to be more simple. But now Zhao's back in.
8.
And we've only 4 reds left. We hadn't. This is the downside of not playing the big colours. You know, he's just going to easily crawl back into this. That being said, though, I don't think the black's in play. So he is going to have to go with the bulk yellow or brown. But it all depends on what his position's like. Again, really well on a 2 ball. In fact, any ball here. So fair play to him. And he's going to be on the black. But can he bring it back? Again, he's going to want to bring it back after the last frame. He'll be angered at that. Not the easiest pot into the middle here. I'm sure he can do it. And he's there. And he's just staying on the black. That's crucial.
22.
You know, probably be thinking you should have gone for the black a bit more, Neil. Or Toby. But he's going to get back into this, unfortunately.
Into the middle pocket.
I mean, it's not over till the fat lady sings at the end of the day. So it's not all over yet. And that brown does look a little bit precarious, and it's not there. Well, we're 5 points ahead. There's not. It seems to be a bit of a problem with this game when the bulk colours remain. That it seems to give a little bit of odd figures on what's remaining. But we're 5 ahead. There's 27 remaining. I'll give a running total on this. We're now 7 ahead with 25 remaining. That's a good yellow. And if we get the green, of course, position for the brown should make itself.
This should be easy enough.
We've been right on the pocket. The green's there. So that's what? I don't know. Are we 10 ahead now? I think we're 10 ahead with 22 left.
This should be fairly straightforward.
So this brown... Oh, screwed back way too much. Where's the cue ball? Well, we got away with that. But, well, what's position like? It's going to take a pretty big pot for us to win this match. But we're now 14 ahead with 18 to play. He needs all these balls. We only need the blue to get through to the second round of the Evergrande China Championship.
Just the blue ball required here.
And it's there. Cracking pot.
That's a top quality shot with the rest. Not easy at all.
14.
Not too fussed about these last 2 shots. We've missed the pink. Of course, he could try and snooker us. But he's 19 points behind with 13 to play.
Neil Robertson, 14.
And he's still playing on. Fair play to him. Again, he could still win the frame. It's not an outrageous suggestion, but not the best safety there. Clutching at straws, really. Pink's there. And because you can only score off the black once, that's the frame and the match to us. I mean, this time we kind of get on with it and
This looks to be a pretty simple
Shake hands
safety.
here, but no obligation to that. So we'll play the cheeky double, which wasn't too far away actually on the black. Unless it comes back into the middle with a little bit more pace, it possibly would have done. But thank God for that. Thank goodness for that.
And match. Neil Robertson.
After a fearful first frame and potentially one frame where he gave it away, maybe even in the last frame, you know, he could have got away with it. But we have beaten Zhao Sing Tong to go through to the second round of the Evergrande China Championship. Let's have a look who we've got for tomorrow's episode. I'm not sure. Might be a big play, might not be. But a good win there. And thank God we didn't take it down to a decider. I'm fearing for this next match. For some reason, I've got an inkling that we're not going to have a nice player. And it is Louis... I can't even pronounce his name, apologies. Liu Huitan. Again, I'm not really sure. I had to consult with a few of my friends who are snooker fans on that name because I've got absolutely, pardon me, no idea. But tomorrow will be that second round against the other Chinese player. Again, apologies, I can't pronounce him, but I'll have a go. Liu Huitan. Again, I'm not really sure. But again, a win today, and we're into round 2 of the Evergrande China Championship. I think, like the Indian Open, the 64 players who qualify, technically it's the round of 32. So, again, if we can get through this, we start getting to the serious stages, and then we can start building up our ranking potentially with maybe a good, deep tournament for the first time. But I've been TIJ Gaming, a win there, and we're through to the second round, so I'm as pleased as punch. And thank you very much for watching. I've been TIJ Gaming, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye for now.